has podcasts that talks about those things around health and wellness, I'd be glad to participate. I'll put my information in the chat.
Thank you so much. Yes, put your information in the chat. Andrea.
Jonathan, I'm going to jump in. I know Andrea will too, but so Danny, by the way, quickly, Danny, I don't remember. I could be. Did you join the Mentor Studio? I can't remember.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
So we do have the health and wellness section and forum. So if you can email, contact Donna, who's on this call, obviously, and she'll get you in touch with Craig, who runs our health and wellness division, which we're going to grow pretty fast. And we can even get you to speak on there or potentially your client. We'll have a conversation about that.
Excellent. Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael. Andrea, I've seen your picture for a while, but I feel I haven't really spoken to you in a while. So it's good to have you here and speak to you. Andrea, unmute yourself and please share with us.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be back. Haven't been very well, but I'm much better now. I am calling in from Jacksonville, Florida, and I specialize in children. I help children with their communication skills. I offer language courses and also oratory skill and writing courses. I also have a podcast because I am an avid reader and I am the founder of 3 book clubs, 2 for children, 1 for adults. And my podcast is called Babble with Me. And anyone who's interested in having their books, speaking about their books, I would be more than happy to have you on. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andrea. For those who don't know Andrea, she is such a rock star, hard-giving person. So please connect with Andrea. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Oh, let's see. I'm trying. You correct me if I'm wrong. Morel? Am I close? Unmute yourself and share.
You're good.
Mireille.
Yeah.
That was going to be my second guess.
Yes, my name is Mireille Agbosumonde. I am the founder, owner of Le Pont Translation. Provide translation service with human touch, going the extra mile to move the language barrier so business can be conducted, service provided, and received. I'm also passionate about health awareness when it relates to mental health, and I want to share my mental health success story to inspire others. So I love to get on a podcast. I'm planning to start one, but I haven't started yet.
You know, that's fantastic. I'm going to jump in again. I know it's me again. So, Marie, first of all, I don't remember. Are you a member of the Mentor Studio? Are you one of our? Are you part of us yet?
Not yet. I'm visiting.
We got to make that happen. So, because we do have a health and wellness division, but everybody know too, we've launched the podcasting division. So if you want to be a podcaster, start a podcast or get into that division, again, you've got to contact us. There's a form to fill out, and then we have a monthly call just for the podcasters alone, a monthly call just for the health and wellness division alone. So you've got to make sure that you're part of the Mentor Studio, get part of that, and then make sure you reach out to Donna. Donna already put her information in there, and we'll get you guys. It's to be part of the Mentor Studio, it's $500 a year. That's it. So, and we have a lot going on with a lot of stages and a lot of contacts. We have a big thing coming up too in December, the Ultimate Wealth Camp, where there's going to be about 300 of us meeting in Las Vegas, and it's all entrepreneurs. And the Mentor Studio runs the whole stage. So we'll have way too much fun, us the Power Team. We always work together, we play, and we have too much fun. Right? Thank you so much for being on. Jonathan, back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sharon, you are next.
Okay, I'm Sharon Rolfe. I'm in the Seattle area, and I am a retirement and spark coach. I help emotionally dissatisfied retirees find activity that is meaningful and makes their life longer. I am looking for contacts in senior living and senior community areas that to start a purpose movement, regular contribution into those areas, so we can get a conversation nationally going with people who want meaning and fulfillment in retirement, because there's high level of untapped potential in retirees.
All right.
I
Thank
love it. You know, I'm going to jump in again. So,
Please.
Sharon, by the way, because you are a member. Sharon, I don't remember exactly where you are, but in Issaquah, we're actually going to have a gathering with some old Peak Potential students and Power Team members and Mentor Studio members. And I think it's going to be November 15th, 16th. I'll get the date and make sure I get that to you.
Yeah, I'm in Edmonds.
So it's easy for you. If you want to come out to that, we're also going to do one in Olympia too, which is further south for you. But we're definitely doing the one in Issaquah. So, and we'll provide lunch, of course. So can you text me and that will remind me to get that to you. It's not set up yet, but I can tell you the date and the time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Fantastic. All right, moving right on.
Thank you. And again, please no other comments in the chat other than your personal information after you have spoken, okay? You can download the chat later and look for the person that you want. Cindy, I want to say, because Cindy and I were in the breakout room together, you see Donna's picture there. She did put her information in the chat. Cindy is going to be starting up a podcast. So please connect with Donna and connect with the podcast group that we have. That's going to be really helpful as you get your podcast. But now please unmute yourself and share with us.
Hi, I'm Cindy Burns, and I'm a life coach for the widowed. I also help those who, anyone who's going through grief, because grief is grief. I help them go from grief to growth and pain to purpose. And I am looking for podcasts, anybody, summits, anywhere I can get better known and increase my reach.
Wonderful. And a lot of people with podcasts have put their information in the chat. So you got to reach out to them. Those of you with podcasts, please reach out to Cindy. David, the man who wants to help everybody. You are next.
Hi everybody, my name is David Dyer. I'm here up in Vancouver, Canada, more in Surrey. But as he said here, I'm launching the Persistence Factor podcast. You're all welcome to be guests. I've taken all your information down. I will do a big follow-up with y'all. And then from there, I'm also looking to help you all get better reach and everything through building sales funnels and doing social media marketing and stuff like that. So in any way that I can help you out, whether it's a simple cheat sheet on building out your own podcast or me helping you get out there on other podcasts or being on my specific podcasts, let's connect. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, David. And give it up for everybody. Does anybody else need to go that hasn't gone? Raise your hand really quick if no.
Here,
all good.
I just want to share because I am beginning to interview people for the Self-Led Revolution Summit. So I'm going to put a quick link in here. If you want to, now we are looking for people that have followings and are willing to share with their following, sending SMSs and emails. But here's a form, you can fill that out. We're going to go through the form, and not everyone will be able to speak because there are limited spots. But I invite you to share. The summit will be recorded for the next couple of months, and the summit will be in January, and that's when we would ask you to share with your audiences.
Yeah, so make sure everybody grabs it. Terrence, did you want to say something?
Yes, I'm happy to be with you guys. I used to be around with Bill, but I was able to take action with Savannah. We're doing a lot of collaborating together, building. He's helping me to build my course, but my interest largely is in being able to accelerate traffic, and I am looking forward to being able to collaborate with all you guys in that area.
Awesome. Give him a round of applause for that. That's funny. I was just texting with Cease just a little bit ago. So that's awesome. And it's an amazing group. And Cease will be on with us next week again, obviously, and then he'll be off for about 3 weeks. So did you go through his 3-day course?
Yes.
Yeah.
2 boot camps.
Yeah,
I
2
attended 2 boot camps so far.
Yeah, so we have, so it's an amazing all the partnerships we do, but also make sure that you do fill out for Jonathan if you'd like to speak to the Self-Love Revolution. We're going to be doing it towards the end of January. It's going to be a big event. Last time we had on about 1,600 people had come through. So make sure that you contact us. Make sure you contact Jonathan at Podcaster Speaker. Make sure you're a member of the Mentor Studio, and then we'll get you in the podcast division and the health and wellness division, and we'll go from there. Most of you are already. And it just gets better and better. So now it's about a little bit of education and training, somebody to teach something about something. Does that make sense? And usually it comes from our elite group. We can talk about that one day if anybody wants to know more about what our elites are doing. And it's myself and my business partner, Mary Glorfield, again, Tony Robbins VP, for 18 years, traveled the world. She was also with Harv for almost 12 years, T. Harv Eker. If you don't know who that is, read The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. The other thing, too, is my other business partner, obviously, Mr. Bill Walsh over at Power Team. We do a lot of events, and we have way too much fun. So now we're going to get some education and training, and I'm going to pull up Albert. Because you just went through, this is your last quarter. And being that this is the last quarter, you should listen to the man who does health. And it's health for you mentally. It's also, you have to think of somebody who's done 95,000 tax returns, who also, Albert, I won't say exactly, but owns a ton of properties in Florida. And he also knows how entrepreneurs think, and that's a really critical piece. So he's going to do an 8 to 10 minute training and just wow you guys. Teach them whatever comes up for you today, Albert, because your trainings are always amazing. You're on.
Thank you, Mr. Michael.
Everybody else, if you can just mute yourself, so there's not the background noise.
Me? So now that it's the third quarter, or now we're almost starting the fourth, let me tell you what I see always happening to people. After doing this for almost 40 years and 25,000 business owners, 24,900 of them have yet to start to say how much money or loss they made with only, how many weeks left in a year? 10 weeks? 9 weeks? I'm not good at that part. So you need to know what you're doing now, okay? You need to get a bookkeeper, do what you got to do so that when January 1st comes at midnight or December 31st and the clock goes tick, 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 bing, the year is over, you know where you're at. You know how many people I do the returns and they're doing late? IRS makes a ton of money, everybody, because people file late. They forget to file the extensions. They forget. So start putting your books together. Start putting everything together now. So when the December 31st clock goes tick, 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 ding, and your phone says 2023, you're almost done. My next little rule of thumb that I started to tell everybody, and even in Canada, everybody has a date. I want everybody here out so you get it nice and easier, so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. I meant to take off the background, but never mind. It's not working here. But I want everybody to take out your phone, and I want everybody to find where the calendar is. Everybody, I'm sure, Mr. David, even in Canada, you have dates for tax returns, yes? Yes. So go on your phone. Now, if you're American, sorry, David, I don't know the Canadian dates, but for U.S., I want everybody to go on January 5th. Pick up your phone and put January 5th to say, call the person who does your tax return and file an extension. Okay? So now, if you come after March 15th is when companies returns, the IRS is not going to ding you. And part of my program, Increase Your Bottom Line, is put more money in your pocket. Well, guess what? If you're not paying late fees to the IRS, right? That's put money in your pocket. Put a 1 if that's true. Because late fees you can avoid. Second thing I will tell you to do real quick is on 4th of July, sorry, David, I don't know the dates in Canada. Okay, but it's the same concept. Now, on the 5th of July, everybody has a party on 5th of July, right? Right? But on the 5th of July, you're going to put a thing in your note that says, make sure that you got your income statement, you got everything done. Because most of you guys are making money, aren't going to go and spend the money to hire a bookkeeper. By the way, Point Associates does it all. We're full service marketing, accounting, coaching. So that if you're doing it yourself because you're trying to save money, it is done. So that on August 5th, you're going to call the person who does your return and say, dude, when can I get it done? So you don't have to pay late fees. Right? And if you think you made a ton of money, which everybody in Mentor Studios are making millions, yes? Put a 1 and a 1 if you're making millions. But humor me and put yes, please, everybody. Okay? That you want to make sure that you want to start paying some of those estimated payments ahead of time, because the dear I and the R and the S, and the S can also have an A and add another S to it. You didn't get it. Okay. Why do you want to pay 3% late fees, interest charges on their money? I don't know about you, but I want more money in my pocket, right? Put a 1 in the chat. So that's what you got to do. And now that we're with, what did we say, Don, is the extra 9 weeks left on it, right? 9-10 weeks left to the end of the year. Now's the time to get your stuff together so that now you can start putting your plan of action together. So when that the date goes to 1 again, that you're not going to get whacked. Okay? You're not, and if you're making too much money, which everybody in Mentor Studios does, hire coaches and let the government pay for it. Pay for Mentor Studios. Pay whatever it takes that the government pay for it. Because I don't know about you, I'd rather, as Grant Cardone would say, I'd rather learn how to do stuff and let, one of my biggest sayings and when I'm coaching people is let the IRS pay for you to become a billionaire, right? Let them pay. And in your case, let Central, the Canadian revenue people, right? Let them pay you to become rich and famous. So now when you're making those billions, you can say, oh, Albert taught me, and because I took all those tax deductions, so now the IRS paid me to become the billionaire. Because that's what these people do. They take their money, they know ahead of time. It's like, until I started doing this, I never could understand why at the University of South Florida, when the budgets came up, they spent, if you notice in the States, any government, when the budgets come due, the entire department, by the way, it's already late. Anybody who wants to make a lot of money, go to the state governments in July and August, because if they got money left over, they're going to spend it so that the city doesn't take their money again, because they inflate the budget to come down. So make sure you go and go after that money, because they got to spend it. Same thing with you. Make sure that you spend the money to grow your business, especially if you're making a lot of money in the bank, before the IRS takes it.
You know what's amazing, Albert, too, is and thank you, everybody, give Albert a round of applause. It's how many businesses, how many of you, if I came to you right now and I said, what are you making on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis? I don't care if it's $10 or $1 million. I don't care what it is. But how many of you know your numbers? Because people are always afraid of the numbers, right, Albert? But the numbers are the numbers.
Yes, for sure.
And it's keeping that on. And then how do you get to where you want to go if you don't know the numbers? It's just part of what you do. You have your vision of where you're going, your mission of how to get there. But what are those numbers that really count? And are you working with the right people? So we work with Albert. Why? Because he keeps it on track. It's like the numbers are the numbers are the numbers. And if it's something you don't like to do or don't know how to do, then you need to talk to Albert. And you need to reach out to him and get that part really dialed in. That's a critical piece. So let's give Albert a thunderous round of applause, everybody. You're always amazing. Albert's always with us. He's great. He was on so many stages with me. It's amazing. Next up, we have, our lead trainer, Donna Campbell, who obviously has spoken all over, and we punted her to London and who knows where else. And she's speaking today live. She'll be speaking tonight and tomorrow at 2 different events, or 3 different events. I don't even know how many you get. 3? Yeah, that's what I thought. She comes from big financial. She played with $500 million of other people's money, and then she was really in the health and wellness frame in a group that had about 300,000 people. And she's here now at the Mentor Studio to really just, she's been amazing as a lead trainer. She's just taken the reins and moved things forward, really the mission of Mary Glore Field and getting that out there. But she's got some wisdom to impart to you guys, and then we'll do a wrap up. So everybody, and she's posting this all on all of our channels right now, so it's punting out all over the place. Let's give it up for Donna Campbell.
All right, thank you. Can everybody hear me through the channel the way I have it set up? Yes? Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So I know many of you know me through the Mentor Studio and all the things that I do there. And some of you even know me through Power Team because you see me out there on those events, helping, assisting, and always being of service. But in addition to those two things, I actually have my own business. And so I'm going to share with you a few pieces of what I do within my own practice for me. I am an international speaker. I am an international best-selling author. And in addition, I have a healing practice. So what does that really mean? Well, I get known as the mind whisperer out in the world because what I do is I reprogram your subconscious brain so you can increase your revenue 25% or more consistently. So how many would you like to have 25% more income on average? What if I told you you didn't have to do anything? We just had to change an emotional block that was stopping you from having that. Would you be in? And you can keep doing what you're doing and your revenue just starts going up. So here's a little bit about how it works. We all know that our thoughts create our reality. We hear this through the law of attraction. How many of you read the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? Most of us have, right? And it talks about this concept. In one of the chapters there, it talks also about, yep, David has a copy of it, totally awesome. It talks about charisma. What that whole chapter is about the law of magnetism. So what does that really mean? Yes, your thought is creating a reality, but it's fueled by how you feel, which is usually an emotion or a feeling, to bring that thought into existence. So we have over 60,000 thoughts a day. How many of those are you actually aware of? Well, if you were Albert Einstein, scientists measured his brain and his awareness level was 10%. So that's pretty low. And I'm not Einstein, so my chances of having a 10% conscious reality is not the same. So what's the other 90% doing? Well, the other 90% of the thoughts we're not completely aware of, and we're not aware of the feelings and emotions that get assigned to the thought to bring that thought into existence. So let's think about it this way. We all drive cars, right? Everybody have a car to drive? Every single one of us. Well, imagine that car is your thought. Now, how many of you here have a car that takes regular gasoline? I drive a Jeep, I take regular gasoline, some of us. Now, there's different grades of gasoline. There's 87 and 89 and 91. So which one do you use? And that depends on the price of what state you're living in, right? So how many of you have a diesel? Nobody? But what happens if you put regular gasoline in a diesel or a diesel in a regular gasoline car? Doesn't work. Albert's like, nothing. How many of you have an electric car? All right. So you can't put gas in an electric car. And actually, I saw one not too long ago, and there's like no engine in the front compartment. It was a little weird to look at. It was funny. But there's also hybrid cars and many different types of cars. Well, the point is if you are putting the wrong type of fuel in your car's not going to go anywhere. If you're putting in the wrong type of fuel into your thought's not going to go anywhere. So with those 60,000 thoughts, 80% of them are considered negative or low vibrating thoughts because everything runs on vibration and frequency. That means fear, anxiety, depression, resentment, anger is the emotion that had gotten connected to the thought that creates in that 90%. And only 20% of them are considered positive. Happiness, joy, prosperity, balance, kindness, generosity. So what happens is, and this is where the problem is, we think a thought. I'm going to be rich and abundant. How many of us want to think that thought? And we do think that thought. I am rich and abundant. But yet in that 90%, in that heart space, we feel less than, a lack energy, I'm not enough. Who am I? And the great word that came out of the whole last couple of years is I'm an imposter syndrome. Well, that's that 90% that the universe returns back to you magnetically. So if you read Think and Grow Rich, it's called charisma. And that is not in alignment with your thoughts. So there's a disparity. So what I do for my clients, what I do teaching through the Financially Fit Transformational Program is how to put this, how you feel, the right type of fuel with your thought. So when you think, I am rich and abundant, then it magnetically attracts back to you because you feel it in every cell in your body, and it's 100%. But we have to go back to the deeper subconscious, that part that's unknown, to uncover what that emotional block is. So then we can invite the higher frequency to reprogram that part of the subconscious to have it work for you automatically. How many of you would like just to have that automatic? I like automatic things, I've learned. So it's automatically replicated there. Absolutely, absolutely there. So what I'm going to share with all of you guys, I'm going to put this in the chat. If you're interested in learning what your financial blocks are and what you need to do to uncover that, to reprogram that, I'm going to put a special link here for a calendar link that you can just automatically book 15 minutes. I'm gifting you some time so we can look at what those financial blocks are for you, what needs to happen, and how to reprogram that so you can get that 25% or more increase in revenue. Sound like a good deal, huh? Yes. So that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. It's an alignment process, and I'll put that into the chat.
All right, let's give Don a big thunderous round of applause, everybody. This is great. You know, it's great to be together. It's great to have this time. Thank you so much, Don and Albert. You guys rock. This whole group rocks. We have, you know, so many people at so many different events today, you know, and we do this almost every single day. I was just looking at the schedule, just everything we have coming up just in the next 30 to 45 days, plus culminating at the Ultimate Wealth Camp in Las Vegas. It's really great to have everybody. It's great to meet you in person. However we can help you with the assistance. If you're not a member of the Mentor Studio yet, you just got to reach out to Donna and make that happen. It's $500 a year, and you're part of this mentor group that's worldwide, that's really on a mission to serve the underserved, but to help each other build businesses and move forward from there. You know, with our team and the Rainmaker program, if you have questions about that, you got to let us know, because that thing just changed my freaking life. It launched all the podcasts. We have the podcast division with the health and wellness division. We have Self-Love Revolution coming up. There's a lot that we're doing over here. We'd love you to be part of it in any way you want to be. That's completely up to you. So you guys have been awesome. I don't keep you longer than we need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to go as one team, one family. Any questions before I let everybody go? So don't leave. We'll go as one team and one family. David.
I just wanted to catch up on, you mentioned events down in Seattle, I guess, area, Washington area.
Yes.
November 15th and 16th.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up that really quick because you can still hear me. So in Issaquah, we're going to be doing November 15th.
Is that open, or is that just for?
No, it's open. It's open. So
yeah, I'll connect with you on that.
Okay, that would be fantastic. We're going to do Olympia. We just don't have the date set for that. It'll probably be also in November. If not, it'll be December. But that's obviously further. So sounds good. That would be great. Thank you, David. So, all right, everybody. What you're going to do is you're going to pop open your mics. I do not care how noisy it is. We're going to come up with one word, something you learned today, something that you know, something that just one word. Then I'm going to pick the word, and then we're going to say 1, 2, 3. We're going to shell out that word, and life is good. So, what word today? What'd you learn today? What came up for you today? What's one word?
Helping.
Helping. What else?
Meeting.
Keep going.
Together.
Don't be shy.
Success.
Community.
Community.
Community. Oh, I like it. I know, Sandra, you're swinging too. That's a very, very, I like that. Yeah, I'm relaxed just watching it. So, all right. Well, you know, David popped on today. He's newer for being on this. He said helping right away. We're going to say helping. We're going to go with helping and a service. I love them all. So what's going to happen? Right hand up, left hand up. We're going to get some energy going. I say 1, 2, 3. You're all going to say helping, and we're out of here. So every Thursday we're on at the same time. We have way too much fun as we do this. We're going to continue on, obviously. For those of you who are part of the Mentor Studio, we have the Monday call with the mentors, so make sure that you're on for that. And then we're going to go here as one group, one family, and we got the Health and Wellness Forum next week, and so much else as we continue down the road. So here we go. Put your hands together, get some energy going. On 3, we're going to say help it. Don't make me go first. 1, 2, 3. Help it! You guys are awesome. Say goodbye to the community. And for those of you in Japan, thank you so much for being on. And Mexico City, we're going to rock this world. Talk to you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Yes,
Recording stopped.
Bye, Michael.
Yeah, and I will leave it open for a minute so people can either, if you need to chat with Donna quickly, or also if you need to grab the chat, I'll leave it open for another 2-3 minutes.
Just want to say good luck in all your presentations there, Donna.
Thank you.